welcome back to our first instalment for July. We're back at the Halvorsen, obviously. We did a walkthrough. What do you call it? A one take walkthrough last week, which was a bit of fun. So if you haven't seen it, go back and have a look. We're down at the boat. I'm going to run through a few things. So we'll speak with Kevin with the Teak deck, carrying on there. We'll go through the accommodation again, show you what's going on down in the aft stateroom there, and the twin berth cabins, because they're almost ready for final gloss. I want to show you the overhead pelmet that's going into the owner's stateroom, because we've mocked that, or mocked it up, we actually made it. Right at the minute here, this is a cabinet that we showed you a little bit of in the last couple of weeks. So this goes in the cockpit, just underneath the flybridge ladder. So you can sort of see the structure. This is all the carcass. This is then going to get cladded in teak. So where we're at the moment is we've got our shore power. So that's our shore power lead. That's a 52 amp cable, four core at the moment. So it's pretty heavy. There's 100 feet in there. And that's all going to go in there for a sec. And we've got to have the outlets. This is our outlet for our Cablemaster. Again, so that, and then we've got a roller. You've got a limit switch, which is that bit there. And you've got your cable, which will come outwards through there. The idea being is you press a button, it comes out, you press a button, it goes back in. The plug's supposed to sit snug into here. Now, because we're in Australia and all the good stuff's made in America generally, our plugs don't fit in the hole. So we've got two options. We either have the plug hanging out, or we fit a Marineco or Glendenning in this case plug. So it'll be a European or an American spec plug which goes inside here. And then we have a couple of adapters to get onto there. We did have at one stage a Australian spec plug that did fit in here, made by HPM, but they don't do that anymore. I have ordered one that we're going to try because it's the slimmest that I could find, and it's apparently the housing is just slightly smaller than that. So I've got that coming. So if that fits in there, great. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to go to the American plugs with an adapter cable. So what we've been looking at is we've got a panel that goes in here. This is going to sit 30 millimeters up from the bottom. So that'll be sort of there. The reason for that is that we've got to have the cable coming out, and the cable's got to go into there and come out. And then there's a door here. So the door's going to have a slot in it for the cable, so that way the door can still stay shut and your cable's coming out when you're plugged into shore power. If we have this up, because you can see it's so bloody fat, if we have this up too high, you can't get the bend down far enough. So it means you'd have a massive big slot in the thing. So we're going to have it probably about 30, that's 31 millimeters sitting right there. So that's probably about where we're going to have it, and then that'll come out like that. We'll have a little slot in the bottom of the door, and that means we can keep it all nice and neat and tidy whilst we're tied up at the marina and running on our shore power. Most of the other part of the system is done. We have showed you that on earlier videos. We may show you again, depending on time, but that's sort of where we're at there. We're going to go now around to the other side. I want to show you, so follow us this way. Show you the the owner's stateroom overhead panel. So this is it here. So you got to remember, it's upside down, right? So that's the bit you're going to see from there, but you can see the details. So obviously you can see this how Scotty does these radius curves. So they're all here. This little section here is where we're going to have the strip lighting. So if you can imagine you walk into the cabin, you're going to have this feature in the ceiling of the deck head, and it'll be backlit. So that's what's going to happen here. This will be padded in here, look really nice. You can see that Scotty started to put the silky oak on there. And we've got this marked out in the ceiling, deck head, so I can show you that when we get down onto the boat. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to hand you over to Kevin. Kevin's going to run through a little bit of what he's been doing with the Teak deck and carry on there, and then we'll catch up again in the owner's stateroom.
Yeah, so what we're doing here is we're doing the margin strip that runs around the aft winch and cleat that goes to the springer. So this one here is for the port side. So the winch is there, cleat is here. So we're making this continuous like the two forward cleats. So everything is the same, and as you can see we've got bird's mouth joins in here which give it a lot of strength and makes it continuous without just a normal butt join. And this is the starboard side, which I've just started to make now. So I've got to cut these and fit these into here, and should have this glued up this afternoon. So just make a pattern and then figure out where the joins go, etc. It's fairly basic, but it looks really good when it's in place, so that's what we're doing today. And over here we've pre-made the coverboard and margins with the bird's mouths in it, and scarves down here. So it's a combination of the two, depending on the situation. So I can't do any more on that until the painters have done their bit. And then I'll be also doing the steps shortly as well that go up to the flybridge. So I might start that tomorrow, but today I'll just finish that.
Thanks for that, Kevin. Now, what he was talking about is this. So you can see the detail now going all around. This has been guide coated, so don't worry, that was shiny gloss, but we've given that a light sand because we're just going to do a little paint job there. So you can see the gutter right round here. I think I've got it sort of in the right sort of place. It may go that way a little bit more, I think, but anyway, you get the idea. That's should be lining up there with these. You can see Kevin's got lines on the sides here as well. Looks pretty good, huh? Right, we're in the owner's stateroom. What you're looking at there is the clinker silky oak panelling that we're doing as a detail on the outboard side. So you can see this one's been painted. These ones haven't yet because we've had to get the gaps right. You can see all the bricks in there. Part of the thing was because we've worked out the detail to finish here, which then ties in with the twin berth cabins. This will continue all the way down, and it's going to be the same on both sides. Before you pan over there, so remembering there's a lounge here. So we have a lounge here. You've got your bedside cabinets here. They're all done. That's why they're covered in protection at the moment. And it's mirrored on the other side. Then if you want to go up to the ceiling deck head, you'll see over here we've marked out where that detail is going to go that we showed you downstairs. So that's here. It follows the shape of the bed, but we've come in about, probably about a foot or so, because that's where the actual outside of the bed is. Now the reason we did that is, and it doesn't affect me because I'm a short ass, but the taller people, you've got to, this is a bit of a tight spot, in the cabin. So if you had our overhead feature coming out this far, some tall people, and we do have them, can bang their head on it. So that's why we've pulled it in about a foot. So it's just going to break up, because this is quite a big panel here. It's going to break it up a little bit more. And it was also something else I wanted to point out is that you'll see a slight, to be honest with you, there's a little bit of a whoop in the deck head, right? That's because of the curvature of the deck and some other issues upstairs. So it just didn't look right. So we're going to square it all off and put this detail in, and that's going to cover it, and it's going to look really, really nice. And that'll put a bit more colour into the cabin as well. Just come around here. I know we talked about the Cablemaster, so you stick your head in the hole there. That's where the cable is going up, so that's a bit of spare cable we had there, and that goes up, and it goes up through this hole up in there. So that's going to have rollers and that put in it as well, and then it comes out into that cabinet that we showed you downstairs earlier. So that's where we're at there. Ricky's getting the aft cabin, or twin berth cabins here, ready for, oh fuck, what are you, geez, I don't know about all these trip hazards. Am I allowed to say that? Bloody hell, I've said it anyway. So we're at the point now, so there's another paint shoot going to either today or tomorrow with these pieces here that you can see. This stuff here's all got protection on because it's not getting touched up anymore. Everything else has all got protection. So the plan is we've got one more coat of clear to go on. Then that'll get touched up, and then we clean out the whole lot, and then we start to fit the other components. So we'll have the clinker stuff going on here, a panel there. Then once everything's installed, it gets a very light DA. Then we do the final coats of the top clear, and that all goes on. The reason, as I mentioned in other videos, and you really go back and watch the other videos, then you'll know I don't have to keep repeating myself. So it's because of the tight tolerances of all the panels. The boys are doing work that's like millimetre perfect. So, and it's all to do with joins. You don't want to see gaps and that. So in order to do that, you've got to have a very fine tolerance where things fit. And you're talking when you put a coat of paint on, it jams. So that's why we've got to then fit everything and then do the final coats, because it actually gets too thick that panel there to go in, it scratches the side. So we've got to put it in and then do the last coat, because you're talking microns, but it makes a difference. Just trust me, it does. When you've got guys that are talented, as the crew we've got working on this bow, then everything matters, okay? So we're getting it done right. We're going to now move on to the engine room and forward up there. So I'll see you in a minute and we'll be in the engine room. What took you so long? I've been here 10 minutes waiting for you. We're down in the engine room. You're going to see a couple of shots. So we've got marked out in green tape where the cable trays are going to go. So you'll see a couple of still shots of that. So we've actually made up a template and we've designed it and constructed it all. And that's all going to go where this green tape is. So there'll be cable ducts running down both sides and across the bottom. There's about 3 going across the bottom, because if you thought the Cablemaster shore power lead was big, wait till you see the battery cables and things that are going in here. They're massive. So we've pre-done all that. We've moved the gen set out a little bit, which is a bit of a mission because they're about 400 kilos, but we slid it out of the way for now. You'll also get some shots of the insides of the cabinets. So right behind our cameraman is one of the cabinets that you just saw. Well, actually, that's the outside. The actual guts of it are downstairs on the benches, and the guys have been wiring. There's a lot of stuff to do in there because there's all sorts of breakers and solenoids and things like that. So we have showed you some photos of that earlier, so just bear in mind that goes inside the cabinet, which then goes on the bulkhead. So we're going to have an AC and a DC board here. This goes back into place. You'll be able to reach everything from there. Then we've got cable trays. So cable tray and a cable duct, slightly different. We're using cable trays. We also made up 6mm spaces to stand them off the bulkheads. That way we can get our cable ties and things around them, and it looks a lot neater. So it's all done in starboard. All the cable trays are all in aluminium that we've powder coated white, so everything looks nice and white. All the cable ties and that we use are white, so it's all keeping with the, doing the better job. So we've also, if you want to come down here, you can see all the framework. You can see other cable trays and things that are in there as well. They're quite big, but there's a lot of cables to go into this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 70-foot boat and it's like a floating little house. So there's a lot of gear. There's a lot of gear still to go into here, but we've got to get this bit done, get the cabinets on. Then we can start to run all the cabling. Then this goes back into place and that gets fixed up. Then once we've done that, we can start putting the stuff on here. So it's coming together. It's just a process that we have to go through. You can see fence, plumbing, other sort of stuff. So in the next couple of days, we'll start mounting all of the tanks and stuff on the back bulkhead. We'll be running steering lines again, and the carrying on with the freshwater system. And that you can see obviously where the exhaust pipes are in there. So there's a bit going on. We're going to, I'll just come forward here. I know we did a walkthrough last week, so go back and check the walkthrough. I'm going to not show you every bloody thing today. You need to go back to the last video. So I never get sick of seeing the gloss finish, and we're just waiting on a couple of panels and then we're ready to keep cracking on here. So where we're going to go to the captain's cabin now, provided the cameraman doesn't fall over. I'm going to have to get you a hard hat, I think. So the captain's cabin, same sort of deal as like the owners. We've got a safe in here, just to recap. So again, I don't want to go over the same shit every time. Go back and watch the other videos. There's 60 of them. Hole there. So what's the hole there? Go back and watch the video and you can tell me what that hole's for. And I'm back in the cupboard, and you can see again we detail all that. That's our sub panel here. So both divided into a couple of sections. You've got the forward section with the sub panel, the aft section with the sub panel. This is all done in cedar. So the owner's stateroom cabin is going to be much the same. I've run out of stuff to say, so I think we're going to have to leave it there. It's a little quick one for today, and we'll see you back next week with some more paintwork finished, some more teak done. Hopefully we'll have a bit more to say on the Cablemaster and the cabinet at the back. Mark's doing the solid panels and that, so we should start to see some teak on that by the time you tune in next week. Like and subscribe. Go tell all your friends and all you 900 plus subscribers. Watch the video, will you please? See you next week.